All right, we're recording. Cool. All right, so thanks a lot for taking the time to watch this, guys. We're joined today by a guy called Juris, who, if you follow me on social media, you'll probably see at least one post a week of me rolling around the gym floor in pain, because Juris is my coach. He's the guy who puts me through the workouts in the gym, but he's also a super smart guy, and very, very qualified to speak on habits and routine. Okay, he spends a lot of time and effort learning about this sort of stuff, so it's awesome that we've got him on here today. So Juris, if you can just give the guys just a brief background about who you are, apart from the guy that hammers me every week in the gym. So
thing is, well, because of the name, I'm not British, so that's kind of easy to understand. Originally, I was born in Soviet Union, so it was a country where you had everything, but you couldn't have anything you want. So, and then we became independent country, and then you could have everything you want, but at the same time you had nothing. So very early on, I was drilled that if you want to have anything, you have to work hard. And this is where habits came into play really, really early in my childhood. So I couldn't rely on anything unless if I wanted to have something in my life, I had to do stuff. I had to do it seriously. So from early age, I was drilled into my head, learn from successful people. Stop making your own mistakes if there are so many people around you whose mistakes can teach you a lot without you doing all the stupid shit. There's only so many mistakes you can make. So, and this is what kind of brought me into doing things and reflecting on everything from very early age. And as you grow older, you kind of start looking into things completely different. So gym was probably one of the most important things that taught me that if you don't stick to something religiously, results won't come. You probably were thinking exactly the same like I did. Oh, I'm going to go into gym, train for 2 or 3 years, going to look good, pack in, and look amazing for the rest of my life. Does it work? Does it fuck?
No, unfortunately not. But then I mean, you wouldn't be in jobs if it did work like that. So, because I mean, obviously you've done it from such a young age, like you say, you've had these sort of habits and routines drilled into you from where you're from, and then obviously moving into the you did originally think powerlifting, was it, and then bodybuilding and stuff like that. So we were very routined in what we do in stuff like that. But I think, I mean, I've been working with you now for 2.5 years, something like that. I think you've definitely leveled up a little bit with your habits and routines over the course of this last 2.5 years. I know you've obviously been to things like Tony Robbins events and stuff like that, but is there anything else that's really inspired you to kind of, or reason why you leveled up with those habits?
Oh, 100%. Like Tony Robbins changed everything because he drills into realizing one thing that I am really kind of supporting as well. Everywhere you go, everyone teaches you focus on what you're bad at, so you can kind of even everything out and whatnot. And he drills into your head, focus on what you're good at.
Yeah.
And only then, like, master what you're good at, really good at, and then go on to everything else. So that kind of changed everything around. Like, I started to look back, what am I actually good at? Because all I was thinking about, what I'm bad at, what I need to get better at. I never thought about, oh, this is the one thing that really stands out to me. It's extremely easy. For me, it's automated. And I never thought about that I can teach that to others because they don't realize what they're missing. So for me, for example,
you play to your strengths.
Yeah, I look at food and I see numbers. You know, like you see that Sherlock Holmes by Robert Downey Jr. He sees everything before everything happens. So I walk in a shop, I'll see foods, I'll see protein, carbs, fats, blah, blah, blah. Others don't. They don't even understand what I'm on about. So I was like, why on earth is this happening? So then I thought, okay, I've had these habits. Like every time I eat, every time I train, every time I do something, I go back and I reflect. This is what I ate. This is how I felt. So these kind of things are installed into me now, and they just automated. So
from having the discipline, say when you first started in the gym, you had the discipline to force yourself to go every day and every week and every month, and then gradually this just becomes a habit.
Yeah, thing is, nothing becomes habit if you don't attach emotion to it. Okay. That's one thing. So not a single person goes to gym to look good. They go to feel good. They go to feel empowered. They go to feel better in a circle of their friends. So if someone comes to me and they say, I want to get six-pack for holiday. No, you don't want to get six-pack. You want to go on holiday with your missus, or even if you're on your own, and stand out in the crowds, feel powerful, feel full of energy, feel proud of yourself. Nobody wants six-pack. Everyone wants to feel great.
But looking good, it gives you that feeling of feeling good. Yeah. Exactly. Okay.
So, and this is how you establish habits on emotion. So you need to attach some kind of emotion. Like for yourself, now you're taking up your business a notch because you have kids. You want them to be proud of you. You want them to look up to you. All those kind of things. You don't do it to make money.
Yeah.
Money is just a byproduct of being better, but there are always emotions attached to it. So this is why I'm going to send you a little thing, like little worksheet, what people can like play around, which is called like 7 levels deep. It's figuring out why you do shit, like why you have signed up with someone to help you level up your stuff. And most of the time, it like when I did that, it was like a year and a half ago, I realized that I was doing bodybuilding shows, not because I liked it or I enjoyed it or wanted to win or whatnot. It just made my dad extremely proud. So for me, that was the emotion I was chasing. I wanted to
find out why we're doing things, what the real reason is behind why we're doing things before we start.
And you can create these whys. That's the thing. That's where you can create extremely powerful habits. So if you want to lose body weight and you're struggling to lose it, you start looking into a million excuses why you can't do it. But then if you realize like why is it important for you, and every single day repeat to yourself, I want to lose body fat because I have kids, I have business to run. I want to be more efficient in my business, have more energy when I'm talking to a partner or something like that. So if you can establish this one emotion you're chasing and every single day repeat it to yourself, you can start creating these habits that kind of lead you there.
So like you said, maybe he's having, those people use like vision boards or something like that, or like mantras or something that they might say, but they're kind of just revisiting the why you've started this in the first place.
Yes.
So when things do get hard, and you know, I think sometimes when these guys, you know, the guys start the 12-week program at the start, it's very exciting and it's new and it's all right, let's do it. And then they kind of hit that lull where the weight might plateau a little bit and they've just been doing the same thing day in, day out for a while. It gets a little bit boring. That's definitely the time you've got to revisit that why. And realize why you're actually doing this and why you must push on.
Yeah, 100%. Like for me, when I train, I have a specific routine for like 15 years now. Ever since I started training, I will listen to specific music, watch specific videos, and drink at a specific time before I train, and then speak in specific way.
So that's all the questions that I had later on for you is like, what are your habits around training? You know, like you've touched on them there, but can you go a little deeper into that about exactly like you're going to the gym? What does your routine around the gym look like?
So for everyone, it could be different. But for me, I have established this over years. So I can, what I really have looked into is that the way I was brought up is always looking for mistakes that others do. Okay. And I kind of took it up a notch and looked for what good things others do. So I come from a country which have like world's strongest men champion, Olympic weightlifting champions. One of the strongest powerlifters, we have KK, who dropped dead, bless him, last year. 430 kilo deadlift without belt, literally in underpants. So that's still world record. No one has broken. So looking at them, what do they do? And they have specific routines. They will talk in specific ways. So you have 3 things. You have physiology, the way you speak, and what you focus on. So you come in a gym, you know, when you have a really good session, you will be wired up. You will have like a little bit of aggressiveness. And it goes from person to person, but then you will speak in specific way. You're not going to go there, oh, let's see if I can do 10 reps on this. You go like, I'm going to do 10 reps. I'm fucking doing it.
Yeah.
And then you focus on, like, you have to have these 3 things nailed: your physiology, the way you speak to yourself, and what you're focusing on. They all 3 need to be always positive, always need to be outcome driven. So, and when I set myself for a gym, I will listen to people I kind of value in terms of fitness. Then I'll look in videos at how I want to look like. And then I will always talk into my mind as well. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to gym. I write down before I even lift anything. This is what I'm going to do for so many reps before I even go for those reps. In my head, I'm going to do it. That's it.
You've got a plan before you walk in there, really, as well. You're not just winging it. And again, one thing speaks about the importance of having a plan and making sure you've got something structured to work towards. Just aimlessly kind of wandering around the gym and just doing your own thing ain't going to yield no results for these guys.
Yeah, you can like most of the people you know yourselves. They go to gyms, they learn how to get fatigue.
Yeah.
No one gets results, and they're like, "Oh, I've been trying this, I've tried that, and maybe I need to do something more, and maybe no, you need to focus on what you can do now." You know, like and a lot of people don't have plan and they don't have patience as well. So we have so trained to get everything in one click, and everyone just expects everything within a second.
Yeah.
I just made a video. I need to upload it about like eating, force feeding as well.
Yeah.
So people go and they see these massive guys. I've gained a stone in a week. I've gained 10 kilos and blah, blah, blah. And to me, it's funny because if you look at same guy, you can go a year before what he has posted just today, and he'll talk same exact stuff. What people miss out is that he gains those 10 kilos and he loses them. Then he gains those 10 kilos and loses them. But he's not made any progress whatsoever, like literally. So people force feed themselves really quickly, get weight up, then they get tired of it. That weight drops down again. 3 months, you don't hear anything from them. And again, oh, I just gained a stone. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. You're just being
a gradual process, right? I think when you're just, obviously we're not necessarily in this group talking to competitive athletes. We're talking to guys that just want to, look a bit better and maybe drop some body fat. It builds some muscle, certainly, but it's a gradual process. There are no quick fixes. It's got to be done. You've got to think for the long term. It's got to be a lifestyle change and a commitment to doing what you need to do day in, day out over a long period of time. Unfortunately, because like you say, with the Insta generation, everybody does want it right now. And with building a physique, that just isn't how it works. And
it's patience. It's finding routines that can fit into your life. Forever. So you don't need to be like a robot and just go, this day I'm going to do this day I'm going to do. My routines vary from training days to rest days to weekends, all those kind of things. So for example, if you go out, you will have completely different routine if you go to gym. You will dress a certain manner, you will speak differently to your friends, your tone of voice will be completely different. And all those things people don't realize, they already have shitloads of habits. Every single thing they do every single day is a habit. They just have poor habits that holds them back from what they do. So I would originally write down, so for like, if I would determine for someone what they need to eat, I'm not going to write them down what they need to eat. I will ask them, what do you actually do now? Like every single day for 7 days, write me down what you eat, what you drink, what times. And then I'll sit down with them. Okay, what do you think we can change? One thing. Oh, I can drink a bit more water on it, one glass more every day. Okay, let's do that for a week. Week later, what else can you change? So do it gradually until it becomes like a part of you. If you do too many things straight away, everything just collapses and you think.
You get especially guys that are kind of new to this as well, they get overwhelmed and they just end up doing nothing or just burning out after a couple of weeks and just, just fuck this out. This isn't for me, do you know what I mean? And it's got to be done gradually. So, so morning routines, mate. Talk about the importance of a morning routine. I mean, I get a lot of the guys, if they're struggling with time to hit the gym and stuff like this, again, these are busy guys who I work with now, families and jobs and stuff like this. Sometimes I feel it's better for them to go in and get a workout done first thing, because then no matter what the day throws at them, it doesn't matter. They've got that workout in, it's done, it's the box is ticked. But like, what's your views on a solid morning routine to start? What's the benefits of having a structured morning routine, would you say?
It helps you with the rest of the day. So like I myself, I always get up and I will have, I'll check my readiness to train kind of thing. I check my HRV, heart rate variability. But what I do with that, whilst I'm checking, I control the way I breathe. So even if I had bad night's sleep or something is stressing me out, I put the strap on, I will start breathing much slower. That kind of eases everything out. I start thinking clearer. Then I'll go for a walk. Always walk outside, just get some vitamin D and ultraviolet exposure. It's so important for health. So just getting out some fresh air. Most of the time, not listen to anything, just let the thoughts settle down. Then have a shower, have your food and all those kind of things. Find what works for anyone. But I find that morning walk really clears your head out for the rest of the day. So you don't even need to be anything intense. It's just about getting that routine. And because of that, so for example, I have these towards values and away values. So my towards value to health is getting up out of the bed and not touching my phone.
Yeah.
So if I don't touch my phone, I think achieved. I'm already healthier than I was before. I haven't put garbage in my head straight away as soon as I got up.
Yeah.
If I go for a walk, that's another achievement. If I do this HRV reading, that's another achievement. Whereas for someone to feel healthy, they need to drink water, eat 5 portions of veg. They just overcomplicate everything.
Yeah.
You know, if you overcomplicate everything, you're always put off from doing anything at all. Whereas I dump it down.
Sorry, mate, one.
I dump it down as easy as, make it sound as easy as possible. So,
and it's just about just clearing your head and preparing you for the day. So, like you say, that's either going to be maybe a gym workout, or if you can't get there, a walk outside, just clear thoughts, that sort of thing, and starting the day stress-free, really. Yeah,
ideally to start your day stress-free, I would sit down night before and plan your day, but make sure that first hour or two is just for you.
Yeah.
And
so
then
what about an evening routine? Then obviously, if you're getting up early and doing, you've got a solid morning routine in place. Obviously, if you want to get up at 5 o'clock and get into the gym or get out for your walk before the kids get up and before you have to get ready for work and stuff, you're going to have to start getting to bed a little bit earlier. So, do you have an evening routine? Because you're quite an early starter anyway, aren't you? So.
Yeah. Well, at nights I'll chill out. So around 9-10 o'clock, I don't reply any messages anymore.
Yeah.
Most of the time at 8 o'clock is my cutoff period.
Yeah.
Then either hot bath or something. It's just drinking some herbal tea or just chill.
Just chilling.
So there isn't too much of a structure at night because I feel that I am more of a morning person, so that for me is more important. If something is out of whack in the mornings, then the rest of the day is completely total loss.
Yeah.
So then I need to try and catch up with it.
Winding down properly and chilling out and just making sure that you're in a good position to get a good night's sleep, and so you can get up fresh and tackle the day again. And
it really helped me writing down things that are important to do, not to-do lists. But what is the one little thing that will make the biggest change for that day?
So you write that the night before?
Yeah, I would write down things I want to do and things that are important to do. And as long as I've done that one important thing, my day is already complete. Everything else is just bonus. Whereas everyone has to-do lists, and all those to-do lists do is just get longer and longer and longer and longer and never get done. So I have important lists. Like this is one thing that's going to give me the most return for least amount of time spent on it. If I've done that, I'm happy. Everything else can wait, or it can be delegated to someone else or whatnot. But there is always 1-2 things that you can do just for yourself, and no one else can do that. Get that out of the way, and you already feel that pressure is off you. Write it down in your diary, allocate some 20 minutes, half an hour, or whatever you want. So those kind of things is... I think extremely important. That changes everything. Yeah. Whereas before I would just wake up and like, oh, what can I do today? And I want to do this thing and I want to do that thing. And like, there's only so many things you can do. It's like going to seminars and stuff, like yourself. Sometimes we get caught up on just doing seminars.
Yeah.
And never reflect on it.
Yeah. You got to take.
I've done this.
Out of them and actually, haven't you?
So same as your fitness. Oh, I need to drink water. I need to eat this. I need to do that. I need to prep my meals. What is one thing that you are severely lacking at properly nailing? Get that one thing out of the way first.
Yeah.
And then a week later, let's add another one, because it's like driving a car. With time, it just becomes automated. You go from point A to B without ever thinking that you've even driven a car. So same with that. Your habits need to be tackled one step at a time. Otherwise, it's just overwhelming. Then you start you don't see instant results, and everything just starts putting you back more and more and more. So, and you're becoming your own worst enemy. So you're just talking yourself out. Oh, this doesn't work. I can't stick to it. It's too complicated. But it isn't complicated, and it is at the same time. Yeah, there is a lot you need to change to be in different place from where you are now. But it's only a lot if you don't do anything.
Yeah.
If you do small steps at a time, you will get to that place without even feeling it.
Yeah.
So we both know we have tried to just force grow and whatnot. Oh, let's force feed ourselves. 3 days in, I can't stand this anymore. I'm not doing it.
I did it in lockdown. I think I watched the Eddie Hall documentary, and I thought he did like 10,000 calories every single day. And I thought, yeah, I'll give that a shot. Oh my god! By the end of the day, I was sweating, and I had to drink 3 pints of milk to get the full 10 calories in at 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, yeah, this isn't the way to do that. It's got to be a good process. I want to kind of up my calories a little bit. So because again, you can just do too much too soon, and I never went back to do that again. So yeah, absolutely, mate. So slow, steady steps and small increments. Really, that's what we're saying.
Always, yes. And one thing what I have learned over the last 2 years is always celebrate your little achievements.
Yeah.
Everyone I train, everyone I work with, when they do something, they compete or whatever, I make sure, like Ash, for example, he did this Arnold Classic and whatnot qualifier. First thing when he finished competing, I told him, go home, sit with your fucking dad, get a beer bottle out. Like, I don't want to hear from you today. Go home, bloody enjoy it.
Yeah.
Something I never did. Something probably you never did when you competed.
No.
What else can we do?
Yeah, sometimes I'd finish shows and I'd be like, well, do you know what? I've got the British in a couple of weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'd wash the tan off and back in the gym the night of the show, So it's I'm just fully focused on the next one and the next one. So, and like you say, it soon passes by, and like you say, if you don't take the time to appreciate what you do, and certainly suppose make it relevant for the guys in the group, when they do it milestones, when they lose a stone, or when they get a PB. On the deadlift that they've been chasing or whatever, yeah, absolutely, take the time to celebrate it, and then draw a line and then move on again for the next goal.
Yeah, otherwise, what's the point of chasing that thing? You always want to get better. Yeah, I understand that, but it kind of will just end up depressing you.
Yeah.
Because you keep chasing results.
You've got to enjoy.
You feel like you've never achieved anything. It feels like you have just chasing something that's never achievable.
Yeah,
you get something done, and it's like, what next?
Yeah.
No, sit down, chill the fuck out. You lost those 2 inches on your stomach. Just sit down and reflect. You know what? I was so dedicated for this week, and I gained this. And if I have done this in such a short period of time, what else can I do in 2, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 10 weeks? Instead of, I'm not there yet. I need to work harder. I'm not. No, that kind of mindset is just one way to nothing.
Yeah, especially when it comes to your physique as well, you're never going to be there. You're never going to be there.
Yeah.
I win Mr. Universe, and I look at the pictures after death. I'm like, right, well, for next year we can definitely do this better. And I just won the fucking Mr. Universe, man. Just enjoy that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So don't worry about what you can do better. There's a time and a place for that. But definitely, like you said, you've got to enjoy the journey. You've got to enjoy the process. Otherwise, you're never going to stick at it. If you hate it and it's just constant work, then there's a time for, and I'm not saying the lads are going to go, oh, well, good thinking, I'll go get some beers out right now, but
I lost 2 pounds.
Yeah, there's a time for celebrating the wins. They've got to be wins. You know what I mean? But yeah, like you said, if you're going to do this for the long term, you have to kind of find that balance as well. So
yeah, surrounding yourself with people who are supporting your results, so that's extremely important as well. So you won't find fit person hanging around with 10 other people who are just, let's smash dominoes in and all that kind of stuff.
No, yeah.
To change yourself, you need to change your environment, the way you speak to yourself and what you focus on. So it kind of, but like I said, slow and steady wins the race. So
and we probably kind of touched on it. I've got a couple more questions for you, mate. I'm going to just wrap this up now. Any sort of I know you said about your daily walk and stuff like that, but have you got any non-negotiable habits that must be done every single day, and why do you have them in your routine? I know they're going to be different for everybody. That what you do might not be what someone else would have as a non-negotiable. But I'm just interested to see what you do as your totally non-negotiables. This must be done every single day.
Mine is reading. Okay. So mine is definitely either audiobook or hard copy of something. It just distracts your mind from everything else to begin with.
Yeah.
So especially at this time when everything is, you don't know what's going to happen next day. It's like this all kind of stuff. I feel if I don't read, I get caught up in my own thoughts, and you start to get overthinking everything.
Yeah.
Which is never a good way. So, and I only started to do it I've always loved reading, but I was never consistent as I am now. So, and I find that if I do that, I am more capable of de-stress myself, even if I don't read anything stress-related as such.
Yeah.
If I just read something complete nonsense, but it just takes away from the pressure of the day.
Yeah.
And then after at least 30 minutes a day is reading. And after that half an hour, I can sit back like, oh, but whilst I was reading that, my brain unwrapped something that was really annoying me throughout the day.
Yeah, yeah.
But if I don't do that, I can end up going to bed, still thinking about this one thing that got caught up in my head, and wake up in the morning stressed out as hell.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's one of the things
when you're trying to, because what I think what I find as well, especially, you know, once you are stressed out, that just gives you the perfect excuse to just eat a bit of crap or to miss the gym today because I've had a terrible day or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So again, using these habits and these routines to minimize stress and doing good things for yourself and your body that reduces your stress level is super important.
Yeah.
Especially with my guys on here, busy guys, business owners, hardworking professionals, dads, husbands, you know, so they've got a lot of stress in their life, you know, so like you say, trying to minimize that down is massive for them.
It changes everything. It changes the way how you perceive the results. It changes the way how you work, how much input you put in everything else. And I have had guys on antidepressants and all sorts. And I just told them, look, read a book or meditate. People hate the word meditate. I used to hate that. It's just stupid. But when you learn the physiology behind it, what it actually does to your body, and when you realize meditation is not this voodoo thing, it's just controlling the way you breathe.
Yeah.
So this is why I do this heart rate variability tracking in the morning, which is controlling your breath. As soon as you can get into that, you can de-stress yourself just by changing your heart rate. And it's just phenomenal. Yeah. But like I said, most successful people will meditate. I just hate the concept of it. I just can't buy into it, you know, like being a hard man and whatnot. So, but I look at it from science perspective. This is what military does. They train heart rate variability, which is your ability from going from extremely excited to calm. The higher your heart rate variability is, the more efficient you are at going from one state to another. You can go in a business meeting and chill the hell out within 2 minutes, which is extremely important if you want to be successful. You can go inside the gym and rev yourself up within 2 minutes.
Yeah, the kids are playing up on the crazy day at work or something like that, and if you can calm your state down, that's going to be huge for you. I mean, I've got the monitor myself. That's something I'm going to start. So I'll definitely keep the guys in the group posted on how that goes for me. So that's it, really. I think we've touched on everything I wanted to talk about today, mate. The last one was advice for the lads in the group that struggle to get into routine, but I think we kind of covered that in slow and steady. You know, that's really the way to go with it. And also, like I say, attaching emotion and thinking about your why. That's super important, really. Revisiting your vision, revisiting your goals often to remember why you're actually doing this. And I think that what you've covered there really gives the perfect answer for those that are struggling to get into some good habits. Because like you said, you've already got habits. They're just shitty habits. And this is why we've fallen out of shape and we're not, you know, our energy's low and we're tired and we're not looking the best that we can do because of it's all habits. We've got to switch it and change those habits around.
It's quite phenomenal when you ask people to like describe their days and they go like, I do this, I do that, but I won't be able to do this what you ask from me. And you just look at them like, but you do same exact stuff every single day. I'm not asking you anything different. I'm still asking you to be as disciplined as you are now. Just create a discipline that's just driven towards health.
Every choice that we make is going to either move us further towards our goal or further away from our goal. So, you know, like you say, we're making that choice anyway. Just push ourselves in the right direction. So,
and that's when why comes in. That's where you need to create importance. Why are you doing this? You're not going on this skiing holiday to ski well. You go there to create memories with your family or with your mates. You know, you want to be fit and healthy. You don't want to fall over and that kind of stuff. You know, and that's one of the things that's massively changed in myself. And I just sat down, like I said, year and a half ago, started to write down, why on earth am I doing this? And I'm like, oh, crap. And it's like clicks to you and it was like, shit. And now I can reset it all. I can literally sit down. Okay, I want to do this. Is this important? If it's not important, I can create urgency for it. Because I know how it works now. You know, so it becomes another habit.
Yeah,
It becomes
absolutely.
habit of changing habits.
Yeah. No, it makes sense, mate. It makes sense. So last and finally, then, I think you mentioned that 7 levels worksheet. You're going to send me a copy of that, and I
Yeah,
can send that into
yeah.
the lads, which is awesome. Any other books or podcasts that you might recommend on this topic, if guys did want to kind of learn a little bit more about habits and routine?
I like guys like, Tony Robbins is amazing. He's neuro-linguistic patterning and changes the way you speak to yourself and all that kind of how important it is and all the physiology, psychology behind it. Joe Dispenza is someone I probably would look up. I'll send you a small book list, what I think is good. There was one, I forgot, Katie Byron, I think. It was more of a deep level towards people who are really messed up in their head and kind of taking full responsibility for everything because that's in your life. When I started reading it, it was horrendous. I thought, what a pile of shit. But when I got into it, I'm like,
Loving What Is, I think, did she?
Yeah, that's one of them. Yeah, she's got quite a few. So if you read it, you know herself. It's very weird.
Yeah.
But when you get into it, it's like, it makes so much sense.
Yeah. It's supposed to be a very powerful book, that. I'll put the link in for that. Like you say, you can send me the book link, and I'll stick that in the group as well. So yeah, that's it, mate. Thank you so much, mate, for coming on and taking the time to do this for the guys on the group. I know they really appreciate it. I'll put Juris's social media links and stuff like that in the group so you guys can follow him. He's definitely very entertaining on social media. He doesn't really give two shits who he offends, so it's always worth watching his Insta stories to see who he's having a go at this week. So, but not your typical meathead right there. Obviously, a huge giant of a man, but super smart as well. So I hope you guys have picked some stuff up from there. Juris, thanks a lot, mate. And now I'll stop this now. So cheers, mate. Thank you.
No, anytime.